11 Shadows Taken Down. Jackson Wang and Menglong Scandal Explained. The world of celebrity fame is no stranger to secrets, lies, and shocking twists, but what just unfolded between Jackson Wang and the late Menglong has left fans utterly stunned. Social media exploded overnight as whispers of a scandal involving 11 key figures, the Shadows, were finally brought into the light. And the revelations? They're nothing short of jaw-dropping. Menglong, often hailed as the golden boy of Chinese entertainment, had captured hearts with his charming smile and cinematic brilliance. Meanwhile, Jackson Wang, the K-pop and global superstar known for his edgy persona and unmatched charisma, was no stranger to controversy. But fans never imagined that their paths would intertwine in a way that would shake the industry to its core. It all started with whispers. Cryptic social media posts, subtle hints from insiders, and the faint but unmistakable feeling that something bigger than gossip was brewing behind the scenes. The term 11 Shadows has now become synonymous with power, influence, and secrecy in the entertainment world. According to insider sources, these shadows were a network of individuals, agents, managers, and hidden industry players who manipulated events behind the scenes. Their goal: control, influence, and, at times, destruction of rising stars. When Menglong tragically passed away, speculation about foul play and industry sabotage started surfacing. The Shadows, experts say, were instrumental in orchestrating situations that left the public blindsided. Jackson Wang's name entered the scandal unexpectedly. While some fans assumed his connection to Menglong was purely professional, insiders hint at a more complicated web of alliances and betrayals. Leaked chats suggest Jackson had knowledge of certain events leading up to Menglong's death. Rumors claim he was under pressure from the same Shadows controlling other parts of the industry. But others argue Jackson may have been the whistleblower, risking his career to expose hidden truths. The intensity of fan debates is off the charts. Some call it a conspiracy, others call it tragedy, many call it the entertainment story of the decade. As the story of Jackson Wang and Menglong unfolded, the world was stunned by what insiders are calling the most explosive entertainment scandal of the decade. The term 11 Shadows isn't just dramatic flair, it refers to a hidden network of power players whose influence stretched across film, music, and social media. It all began with leaks. Anonymous sources shared chat logs and voice recordings that hinted at coordinated manipulation targeting Menglong and other rising stars. Some of the key revelations included: 1. Secret meetings. Recorded conversations suggested meetings between the Shadows and certain agency executives. Discussions centered around career sabotage disguised as professional guidance. 2. Influence on media. Leaks revealed that some Shadows had direct control over media coverage, quietly shaping public narratives to protect certain figures while undermining others. 3. Pressure on Jackson Wang. Surprisingly, Jackson was not just an observer. According to sources, he was pressured to either stay silent or become complicit in actions against Menglong. Fans on social media combed through every detail. Within hours, the leak had turned into a viral investigation, with threads analyzing timestamps, cross-referencing events, and highlighting suspicious coincidences in Menglong's final days. The identities of all 11 Shadows remain mostly undisclosed, but insiders hint at a mix of high-ranking managers, PR operatives, and former celebrities with a vested interest in controlling narratives. Some leaked clues suggest: a Shadow number 1, a veteran producer who allegedly blocked Menglong from several key film roles. A Shadow number 3, a social media strategist controlling fan interactions and suppressing critical posts. A Shadow number 7, an unnamed figure rumored to have direct ties to Jackson Wang's management team. The remaining Shadows are shrouded in secrecy, fueling conspiracy theories and endless speculation. Some fans have even tried creating shadow maps connecting these figures to major entertainment scandals over the past decade. Once the leaks hit, fan theories spread like wildfire. Some believe Jackson Wang may have tried to protect Menglong, going against the Shadows but unable to stop the chain of events. Others argue Jackson may have been coerced into silence, and his public persona was carefully curated to mask knowledge of the scandal. A small but vocal group claims the shadows intentionally targeted multiple rising stars to prevent anyone from outshining established elites. The deeper we dig into the Jackson Wang and Menglong scandal, the darker it gets. Part 3 uncovers the most shocking evidence yet. Secret meetings, leaked messages, and interactions between Jackson and the so-called 11 shadows that have left the entertainment world reeling. According to insiders, the shadows didn't just operate behind closed doors, they orchestrated strategic encounters designed to manipulate outcomes. Leaked schedules and snippets suggest that Jackson Wang attended at least 3 high-stakes meetings with some of the shadows. Meeting number 1, an urgent session in a private hotel suite, allegedly to discuss how to handle Menglong's rising fame. Sources claim tensions were high, with Jackson being pressured to limit support or influence in Menglong's projects. Meeting number 2, a late-night video call with shadows number 3 and number 7, where Jackson reportedly tried to negotiate a way to protect Menglong while preserving his own career. Meeting number 3, the most cryptic. Insiders say it involved coded messages and references to future control of fan narratives, essentially shaping public perception before anyone knew the story existed. Fans who analyzed leaked clips noticed Jackson's body language was unusually tense, fueling speculation that he was caught between moral responsibility and industry pressure. The internet exploded after a series of leaked private messages allegedly between Jackson and one of the shadows surfaced. While authenticity hasn't been fully confirmed, the messages included warnings about too much visibility for Menglong, references to actions taken in the background that could impact careers, Jackson expressing frustration, "I can't just watch this happen. Something has to change." These messages painted Jackson as a conflicted figure, potentially torn between silence and action. Fans immediately labeled him a hero trapped in a shadowy web of manipulation, though some skeptics questioned whether he was complicit. Here's where things get truly mind-blowing. Investigators and fan sleuths discovered that one of the shadows had apparently documented every interaction with Jackson and Menglong. That record included references to secret alliances between the shadows and external media outlets, plans to shape Menglong's public image posthumously, possible instructions sent to other industry insiders about how to handle Jackson Wang's potential leaks. This revelation sent shockwaves through the fan community. It wasn't just about careers, it was about control, influence, and narrative manipulation at a global level. While some identities remain obscured, insiders have leaked partial profiles of the 11 shadows. Here's what we know. Shadow number 1, a veteran producer with decades in the Chinese film industry. Rumors suggest he deliberately blocked Menglong from major roles, creating frustration and limiting his career growth. Shadow number 2, a social media manipulator, possibly responsible for erasing fan content, deleting positive posts, and controlling narratives online. Shadow number 3, a high-ranking agency executive who reportedly pressured Jackson Wang to stay silent about behind-the-scenes activities. Shadow number 4, an influential PR consultant who coordinated secret interviews and controlled media coverage, effectively painting Menglong in a way that suited the shadow's agenda. Shadow number 5, a former celebrity with hidden connections across multiple entertainment networks, suspected of mentoring young stars while secretly controlling their careers. Shadow #6-11, remain mostly unnamed but are thought to include managers, financiers, and insiders with direct links to global media and fan platforms. The network was sophisticated, and their influence extended beyond China. International fans, collaborators, and media outlets were unknowingly part of the shadow system. Leaked documents suggest that the shadows interfered with key projects in Menglong's career. Role blocking. Certain high-profile roles were allegedly denied, despite Menglong's talent and popularity. Media narrative control. Press coverage and interviews were filtered through the shadows, shaping public perception and creating artificial controversies. Fan targeting. Social media campaigns were allegedly designed to sow confusion or redirect support, undermining Menglong's base without the public realizing. These revelations have fans rewatching old films, interviews, and appearances with a new lens, questioning what was real and what was manufactured. The fallout hasn't stayed behind the scenes. Other celebrities have started weighing in, cautiously but pointedly. Some have expressed support for Jackson Wang, applauding him for resisting the shadows. Others have remained silent, fueling speculation that the shadows' influence is even more far-reaching than we thought. A few insiders have hinted at pending statements that could change the narrative entirely, suggesting more explosive revelations are on the horizon. Dedicated fans, working like investigative journalists, have traced the shadows' influence far beyond China. Their discoveries include: leaked emails suggest the shadows were in contact with foreign entertainment outlets, coordinating coverage that limited Menglong's visibility while protecting certain industry elites. Financial ties. Some shadows allegedly controlled hidden funding networks that determined which projects got greenlit and which stars thrived. Fans across platforms collaborated to create shadow maps, tracking connections between each of the 11 shadows, Jackson Wang, and global entertainment figures. The resulting diagrams went viral, fueling countless conspiracy theories. Jackson's position in the scandal has fans divided. A hero theory. Some believe Jackson actively tried to protect Menglong, risking his own career by resisting the shadows. His leaked messages and body language in meetings support this interpretation. A survivor theory. Others argue Jackson may have been coerced into compliance, carefully walking a line to avoid being targeted himself while minimizing harm to others. A wildcard theory. A small but vocal faction suggests Jackson could have played a dual role, sometimes complicit, sometimes protective, navigating a treacherous landscape with limited options. Regardless of interpretation, Jackson's influence in the scandal is undeniable. His every statement and social media post is now dissected for clues about future actions and revelations. International media outlets have begun covering the story, framing it as a lesson in fame, influence, and hidden power structures. Headlines range from inside the shadows controlling stars to how secret networks shape celebrity careers. Meanwhile, industry insiders hint that more documents, recordings, and testimonies may surface, potentially expanding the scope of the scandal even further. Some speculate that the shadows may face real consequences, shaking the foundation of modern entertainment power structures. Fans aren't just observing, they're mobilizing. Our online petitions demand transparency and accountability from the entertainment industry. Social media campaigns seek to protect rising stars from similar exploitation. Fan investigations have become so influential that some insiders claim executives are monitoring fan activity to anticipate exposure. What began as whispers around Menglong's tragic fate and Jackson Wang's uneasy silence has now evolved into a full-blown reckoning, one that threatens to rewrite the rules of the entertainment industry forever. According to insiders, the 11 shadows made one fatal mistake. They underestimated the power of collective exposure. Fan investigations, leaked evidence, and global attention created a pressure cooker the shadows couldn't contain. Behind closed doors, panic reportedly spread among industry elites. Emergency PR strategies were drafted. Legal teams were placed on standby. Certain shadow figures allegedly cut ties with each other, attempting to erase digital footprints and rewrite history. But it was already too late. Once the narrative escaped controlled media, the shadows lost their greatest weapon: silence. While no official court verdicts have been confirmed publicly, multiple industry insiders claim that internal investigations were quietly launched within agencies. Contracts were reviewed, revised, or terminated. At least 2 shadow-linked executives allegedly stepped down under vague circumstances. To the public, these exits looked ordinary. To fans following the shadow maps, they looked like strategic disappearances. Jackson Wang never held a press conference. He never released a tell-all interview. He never confirmed or denied the allegations. Instead, he did something far more unsettling for the shadows. He changed his behavior. Subtle lyric changes in performances. Carefully worded statements about truth, control, and freedom. A noticeable distancing from certain industry figures previously linked to the shadows. Fans believe this was Jackson's way of saying, "I survived, and I won't be controlled anymore." Some insiders even claim Jackson holds more unreleased evidence, choosing silence not out of fear, but strategy. And then came the biggest shock. Perhaps the most emotional shift came in how the world began to view Yu Menglong. No longer just a tragic star gone too soon, he became a symbol. Of talent constrained by unseen forces. Of a system that rewards obedience and punishes independence. Of a generation of artists caught between dreams and control. Fan tributes surged. Old interviews resurfaced. Lines once overlooked now felt prophetic. Yu Menglong's story transformed from loss into awakening. Ironically, the shadows were never defeated by courts or confessions. They were defeated by exposure. Once fans understood how power operated behind the scenes, the illusion shattered. Every manufactured controversy was questioned. Every sudden career rise was scrutinized. Every silence became suspicious. The shadows thrived in darkness. And darkness no longer existed. After months of speculation, timelines, theories, and viral breakdowns, a surprising realization began to surface among the most dedicated followers of the Jackson Wang and Yu Menglong saga. Some of the loudest theories didn't hold up. And strangely enough, that didn't weaken the case. It made it stronger. One of the biggest misconceptions fans admitted later was this. If they didn't speak, they must be hiding something. In reality, entertainment insiders explain that silence often means a legal risk, a contractual obligation, a career preservation, or simply no safe way to speak without consequences. Silence, in systems built on control, is not evidence, it's survival. Understanding this reframed how many people viewed Jackson Wang's quiet approach. What once looked suspicious began to look strategic. Early on, many fans wanted names, faces, clear villains. But real-world power structures rarely work that way. Instead of one mastermind, analysts pointed to overlapping interests, incentive-driven decisions, cultural pressure, market forces, risk-averse institutions. The idea of 11 shadows evolved from literal figures into a symbolic shorthand for something harder to confront. A system where harm can occur without intent, malice, or accountability. Another painful realization. Exposure is not the same as reform. While awareness increased and conversations shifted, systems don't collapse overnight. They adapt. They rename. They restructure. They move quietly. That doesn't mean exposure failed. It means change is slower and less cinematic than viral moments suggest.